Chinese President Xi Jinping was born on June 15, 1953 in Fuping County, Shanxi Province, China. His father was an early comrade-in-arms of Mao Zedong.
Figures in history.
While Western media tried to label him as part of the elite, Xi Jinping spent the early years of his life in the countryside, and in 1969 started working as a manual laborer in an agricultural commune for over 6 years, during which he built a close relationship with the local working class. Xi had many notable stops in his career, rising quickly through the ranks within his state and serving in numerous notable positions from 1979 up until he was assigned as the Deputy Secretary of the CPC Committee. In 2002, he became governor of Fujian Province, focusing primarily on environmental conservation and cooperation with Taiwan. He then also became the acting governor of Zhejiang Province, where he focused on restructuring the industrial infrastructure. Xi became vice president of China in 2008, focusing on improving international relations, and was named the vice chairman of the Central Military Commission, the CMC, 2 years later in 2010. In 2012, during the CPC's 18th Congress, he was elected to the Standing Committee of the Politburo and became General Secretary of the party. That's general information. Good enough, right? But here's what Western media doesn't tell you about Xi Jinping. Elected as the president of China in 2013, Xi endorsed several initiatives, including anti-corruption campaigns, implementing the rule of law, respecting the constitution, and the greater professionalization of the judiciary for developing socialism with Chinese characteristics. Xi's work was rewarded by the CPC, which gave him the title of Core Leader, previously given to leaders like Mao Zedong. Similarly, the CPC also voted to enshrine Xi's name and ideology in its constitution, which was later enshrined in China's constitution as well. During his term, China launched the first cargo spaceship, which successfully docked with the Space Lab. And ever since, China's space program has continued to grow, with more than 200 spacecraft successfully launched throughout 60 missions in 2023. Under his administration, the country witnessed a higher education enrollment for rural students. His administration ended extreme poverty through government investments and various reforms, while simultaneously witnessing a wealth surge in urban and rural households. In Xi's crackdown on corruption between 2012 and 2022, 11.3 million people were given warnings for disciplinary cases. 4.7 million were investigated for serious misconduct, and at least 1.5 million were punished. The infrastructure projects during Xi's term elevated travel and tourism, effectively boosting the economy and opening the less developed west of the country amid various transport projects. Alongside various tech and sci-tech developments under Xi, BRICS witnessed an expansion, as it is even pushing to reduce dollar dominance using digital currencies. On an international level, China brokered a peace deal between Iran and Saudi Arabia. It has also signed deals with countries like Venezuela and strengthened its political and economic ties with Russia. And as for Palestine, China has shown growing support, even announcing plans to commit around $70 million for post-war reconstruction in Gaza. It also brokered meetings between Palestinian factions in Beijing, which ended in fruitful outcomes. Xi has also declared his intent to invest in the Middle East and work closely with Arab countries, while also insisting that all US inflammatory actions would not come between his country and Taiwan. Further undermining US influence and cementing China's role on the world stage, Xi has utilized a more conscious approach than his Western counterparts, utilizing economic ties and diplomacy to spread China's influence, most notably with Africa and the Middle East, using developmental projects that greatly benefit both parties rather than waging bloody wars that only benefit the aggressor, effectively turning the world multipolar after it spent decades under the clutches of the United States.